The man suddenly noticed that his fingernails were turning black quickly. As a doctor, he immediately realized it was caused by a lack of oxygen. However, before he could think of a solution, the bottle in his hand began to change shape. The cup of water also started to shake violently. The flight attendant noticed something was wrong and quickly sat down. She fastened her seatbelt and asked all the passengers to do the same. The next second, the plane entered a turbulent air zone. The water in the cup floated into the air. Passengers who did not wear their seatbelts were lifted up by the airflow. The whole cabin shook hard. The passengers could only grab the armrests tightly. The pilot realized the danger and quickly put on his oxygen mask. Due to the loss of pressure, the oxygen masks dropped down. Passengers hurried to put them on. A girl was in the restroom. She fainted on the floor because of low oxygen. The man's wife also passed out. He rushed to the crew station and found emergency oxygen. He quickly placed it on his wife, saving her from death. After strong turbulence, the cabin pressure returned to normal. The captain explained that the plane had just hit a storm. It damaged the plane's seal and caused a drop in pressure. They had handled the emergency and would lower the plane's altitude to stabilize the pressure. At that moment, the passengers finally let out a sigh of relief. The flight attendant found the girl in the restroom. She brought her emergency oxygen. The girl woke up. Then, strange things started happening on the plane. A middle-aged man suddenly felt like he could not breathe. The flight attendant made an announcement asking if any doctor could help. The man arrived. The older passenger kept digging his fingers into his mouth. Suddenly, he spit out a mouthful of blood. He began to shake violently, then went still. The man checked and found his heart had stopped. The captain reported the death to the tower and asked them to confirm it. There was still 1 hour left before landing. The crew moved the body to the second floor, into business class. Soon after, a young man sneaked upstairs. He had seen the gold watch on the dead man's wrist when the crew carried the body. After stealing the watch, he took out his phone to take a photo. He showed off and even insulted the dead man. The next second, the body turned its head. Then it stood up. The young man screamed. At the same time, the flight attendant saw a fighter jet outside the window. The signal in the cockpit also became weak. They could no longer contact the ground. When the flight attendant went to the second floor, both the dead body and the young man had disappeared.